2, 1.
All right. So my first question, just so people can kind of get to know who you are, what do you normally do around the school day to day?
Typically, I come to the school, go to my office and stuff. My office is in the dean's office. Sometimes, if there's any kind of issue in the dean's office that needs to involve the police, like maybe like drugs or threats or anything like that, they'll get me involved. Other times, I'll walk around the school, check the doors and stuff. We get doors that get propped open sometimes, or doors that aren't functioning properly. Just kind of checking in with the staff, when I'm walking around and seeing people. So.
Thank you. My next question is just, could you give us a quick overview of our protocols at the school for an active shooter situation?
Typically, like the drills that we've practiced here, rehearsed or whatever, a lot of times you're going to get some kind of command, over the PA, or depending on if an incident is happening in a certain wing of the building, then you should be, obviously reacting to that, and hopefully through that training that we do once a semester, where we barricade and try to teach the students, and the teachers and staff, like how to barricade, what to do to think about that, or if you're able to, depending on where the threat's at, evacuate the school. And we've also used different drills to say, hey, okay, if it happened in this period, think about where would you go, where would you exit, because you don't want everybody to exit out that same entrance or exit, and because otherwise it's going to be a log jam. You need to get out as fast as you can. But we wanted to teach the whole principles of, hey, there's more than one option where you can evacuate the school if you feel like you need to, or if you're not able to, just barricade your classroom, but help your teacher work together and figure out how we can best barricade that classroom to make it tough for the intruder or whatever to breach that classroom, and hopefully save people's lives. So until the police get there. So.
If you were to be on your own during a situation, if a student was out of the classroom for any reason, didn't have a teacher to look to in this situation, what would they do?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're dealing with young adults here that are 16, 17, 18 years old, we want you to think on your own, be able to think on your own. That's why it's important when we do these drills. They need to think about that, take it seriously, and okay, what would I do in the situation? Well, I know that I can just jump into a classroom if I'm able to. And it doesn't have to be my teacher's classroom, it can be somewhere else. I can go ahead and evacuate the school, and when you evacuate, we don't care where you go, just go and get out of here. We'll find you at some point, just get somewhere safe. So we want students to be able to think on their own, and figure out what they would do. Or if, let's say somebody got injured and they need a tourniquet or something, because they got shot in the leg or something like that, we have tourniquets and the stop the bleed kits and the AEDs throughout the school. And if you're close, you can apply a tourniquet, or you can use like a belt or something like that, which could save your life, or somebody that you're around can save their life as well. So biggest thing is being young adults, we want people to think on their own and stuff. It's the same thing if something happened like at a store, movie theater, something tragic. You don't know how you're going to react, because it's something awful that you've never probably been through before. But we're hoping that because we've done some of these drills, and hopefully you take it seriously, that maybe you probably have an idea what to do, in that situation. So.
Thank you. And just my last question is just, what are you and the school doing to promote safety among the community and the students here at Fishers?
Like I alluded to earlier, when we do those drills and talking about the importance of the drills, especially like the barricading situations, we want to make sure that the teachers know what they're doing, the staff know. You have to understand here at the high school, since you have young adults here, everybody can help out. You go to elementary school, you have one teacher that's in charge of 20, 25 little kids. Yeah, that's pretty tough. But as young adults, they can help out and get involved and do different things, obviously. But here also as well, the Stop It app that we have, it's the tip line. Yeah. So we monitor that as well. Sometimes we do get, tips over that, and we have to look into those tips. Sometimes people post stuff on social media, okay? Well, it's not like we're always monitoring, someone's social media, but other students might come across something that might be threatening, or maybe something, somebody's just not acting themselves or whatever that needs to be looked into. And then a lot of times, you know, what we encourage students to do is call 911. Obviously, if it's it feels like an immediate threat, or they can send something to the tip line that gets monitored. You know, it doesn't get monitored 24/7. It's not like a 911 center, but like especially during the school hours, you know, somebody's looking at that, and then we can look into it. Doesn't mean that person's going to get in trouble. Just maybe they just need help or whatever. So I would say with just the drills that we do at the school, the tip line, you know, the old saying of, you know, see something, say something. You know, like making sure the doors are shut. A lot of times we have students that leave, or they might come back in and they prop a door, or they forget to unprop it. Well, you leave that door open, and then what could that do? You know what I mean? When we have students leave, like for TI, for instance, there's a lot of students leaving. Somebody could just set out doors 6 and 7 and come right in. Well, if you see something suspicious, you know, say something. You know what I mean? That way we can look into it further. So hopefully that answered your question.
It did, definitely.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much for coming in here and sitting down with me today.
Yeah.
You answered my questions very well.
Okay.
Thank
all
you so
right.
much. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
No,
to
just
anybody?
thank you for the invite. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah.